According to Professor Sabit Makara, a lecturer of political science at Makerere University, the term limits that were clearly stated in the 1995 Constitution were removed in 2005 without reflecting on the problems they were meant to solve.
One of the problems of Uganda was that there was no change of leaders, peaceful change of leaders in Uganda. And in their wisdom, as members of the Constituent Assembly, they said, let us put 5 years, another 5 years, then the leader will rest.
Makara and a few others we have interacted with have welcomed the proposal to reinstate the term limits. However, the proposal seeking to extend the term of office of all political leaders right from local council to president from 5 to 7 years is largely seen as a selfish move.
Because of commercialization of politics in this country, I think they see that 5 years is not long enough to recoup their investment in the campaign. I think they are trying to say, if we make it 7 years, we shall have harvested our money back.
Professor Makala believes the mandate to extend the term to 7 years should be left to the electorate. Both political analysts and the ordinary people we spoke to are not convinced that the 2 years will bring any difference in the delivery of services to the voters.
But there are countries which have 4 years term, like Nigeria, like the United States of America. So does that mean that those members of parliament in those countries don't deliver?
I think that term should be going for 4 years. So if a leader is good, 8 years are enough.
There is also fear that the burden of shouldering a bad leader for 7 years will be unbearable.
When it comes to 7 years, it will be too much for someone who is not effective, who is not active, who is not even performing, to stay there for 7 years.
Professor Makala warns that the number of MPs winning back their seats for a second term is likely to drop should a 7 years term be passed.
5 years, people are still having some warmth with you as a new member, especially if you're a new member of parliament. But if you say 7 years, there is a possibility that the people are going to say Tukoye.
NTV engaged some fresh MPs and newly elected local council leaders, many of whom were of the view that extending terms to 7 years will have mostly negative effects.
I know in the first year I'll do this, second, third, up to the 5th. So you cannot tell me that the 5 years are less, that what I have not done in the 5 years, I'll do them in 7 years.
It will make elective positions very competitive, to the extent that people will sell what they have. People will even go to the extent of losing their lives so that they can make it.
Incumbent MPs also expressed similar views.
If you go to Kenya, all the leaders are having 5 years. The same to Rwanda, the same to Tanzania. Why do we give ourselves more years than the partner states in East Africa? Moreover, we are all having the same political protocols.
If you see someone who is agitating for 7 years, he's uncouth, uncultured, and not be fit to be in society.
Patrick Senyondo, NTV.